Okay, that's what I was wanting to know. But let me ask you something, Brian. You don't think possibly with your rhetoric on your radio show, and it's pretty strong.
Okay, so give me an example of something you think I've ever said that would incite violence.
The things you were saying just earlier before you just.
Well, tell me. Give me the quote. What do you think I've said
Brian,
that compares to what?
Everybody heard you.
No. I'm at Herb. Herb.
Hold on.
Herb, I'm asking you a question. Herb, I'm asking you a question. Donald Trump has said he wanted to rough people up at his rallies and he would pay somebody the legal bills if they did it. Can you give me an example of anything I've said in my 20-year career that rises to that level of incitement? Go.
Brian, you called Trump everything.
Okay, so
but that's different.
Hold
calling
on.
someone a name versus telling
saying,
people to rise up and
all I'm saying.
So Herb, hold on, Herb. We're gonna go. Herb.
Brian, you know you're guilty.
Herb.
No, that's
Herb.
Not true,
Okay, Herb. Okay, Herb. Stop talking. You just gave an example of me calling Donald Trump a name. There is
not the same.
There is no comparison between me calling Donald Trump Cheeto Jesus or Orange Turd, which, by the way, I will continue to say every day on the air, whether you like it or not. There is no comparison between calling Donald Trump a name or a fact like he's a liable sexual abuser or a felon to Donald Trump, the leader of the free world, or was the leader of the free world, okay, saying that he wants to rough somebody up and then saying he will pay somebody the legal bills if they physically assault somebody. You are making a terrible comparison because there is no comparison to that. How on earth can you compare me calling Donald Trump a name like Cheeto Jesus, because that's the only example you can come up with, to Donald Trump saying he'll pay somebody's legal fees to rough somebody up? Go ahead, Herb.
Nothing worse than that. Brian.
Well, tell me. What else did I say? Tell me. Then tell me.
So, Brian,
Don't Brian, man, don't say you know. If you're going to give me, then give me the example. Hey, Herb.
Keep on, Brian.
Give me the example. Give me the example. I'm waiting. Tell me exactly what I said. That is just as bad or worse. And then he hangs up the phone like the coward he is. What a coward.
Hold on. We can have disdain for a particular person or especially rhetoric and not wish that person not wish that person harmed. I would never wish harm on anybody on the other side,
but
no
I'm
matter
glad.
how
Of course not, Ileana. Of course not.
But they wish us harm.
But I'm so glad, because here's another perfect example of what typical MAGA supporter. He makes it. This is why I get frustrated. He makes a claim about me, making a claim like I'm inciting violence, which, by the way, I've never done in my life. I've never condoned violence. I immediately said after this assassination attempt how horrible it was. Never once have I ever incited violence on anybody, left, right, or anywhere in between. And I ask him for an example, and I give a perfect example of Trump inciting violence when he said he wished somebody was roughed up at his rally and that he would pay the legal fees if that person roughed somebody up.
Oh,
and I said,
that on his side.
Of course there is, but
right,
I said
so much more.
Of course, right. I agree, Ileana. But I gave that quick example, and then Herb couldn't give any examples. He only said name calling. There's nobody with an IQ over 20 that would agree with calling somebody a name like a jerk or an a-hole or Cheeto Jesus is somehow inciting violence. I'm sorry I embarrassed you again, Herb. You're the one that hung up the phone because I was embarrassed.